I'm taking a chance and letting this music play for a little bit because I'm pretty sure it's pretty independent and maybe the copyright police will leave me alone for a little while. But I want to review this. Hello everyone, it's Saturday the 18th of January. Excuse me, I need to shave. It's the weekend. I want to tell you about Random Factors CD Factor A. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off now. This was sent to me basically through a recommendation from another musician that I have worked with. I don't know these people personally, but there is a connection to someone I've worked with. And I like that, number one, that quality music and real art is coming to me through people who have shown themselves to be quality themselves. And it's kind of something I follow in life. You know, I really don't hang around a whole lot of knuckleheads and people who that all they have to do is tell you a joke. That's the best they can do. Random Factor. These are live improvisations in the studio, and these guys have been playing together now for about 7 years. This is their first release. All the tracks are improvisations live in the studio. And what I must say is these guys are tuned in for this session. And I like to improvise. These guys have some background too, apparently. You know, Bill Smith and Glenn Finn. I haven't really looked them up, but I understand they played with some other good musicians. Happy the Man, Kit Watkins, people like that. But this is really organic, and it moves nicely. I'm going to let it start for you. Personally, I like it quite a bit when people used ambient sounds. Let me just go forward right quick. See, I love that right away. Who does that make me think of? Is it Terry Riley? There's something this brings to mind right away that I grew up on that was pretty influential. This is good stuff. Do you hear it? I kind of think, I'm at a point this morning where it's like the music can really speak for itself, and I think one of the things I really enjoy about doing what I'm doing is having access to and knowing that there is a plethora of amazing art and music going on completely outside the purview of the mainstream and what's on television and what can get on radio. I dare say that from my perspective, the very best of what is out there is not in the mainstream outlets. And Random Factors Factor A is one of those. And this is copyrighted 2017. They probably just got it released in the last year or two. But I can recommend this easily. And I can also imagine that doing a session with these folks, making some music, making some sounds together could be very rewarding. Very rewarding. So thank you, Brett, for sending the guys my way with the music. I'm going to leave some contact information below the video so that you folks can get yourself a copy of Random Factors Factor A. Factor A. Yesterday was several people's birthdays in the music industry. The main person who I celebrated was Ryuichi Sakamoto. He's one of my favorite people. I was showing stuff online that probably put everything away already. So I'll show you what I did play last night because I still don't have a car. Probably won't have a car all weekend. It's just as well. It's really cold and slick. I do need my brother to take me to the store today, though, so I got to do that. But last night I played Procession by Weather Report. This is one of their albums that I got used way after the fact of its release, and so therefore never really fully absorbed it. And last night really enjoyed it and made the connection that years ago on Night Flight, there was this video for this album, Procession, that I really liked, that Night Flight would show, and didn't make the connection that that was what this was until last night. Really enjoyed it. I got a present from Roger Simonson. Roger from Lincoln, music collector. He's big into soundscapes like me, and one of his favorite artists is Soviet France. I like them too. And he sent me this reissue that comes from a box set where he's got apparently a couple different copies, versions of this album by Soviet France, Gris. I've only played just a little bit of it, but I love the work of Soviet France. Sound work. I've got some of the records over here. I don't see them real quick to pull. So we'll be absorbing this. I just popped the needle on to see what it was like. He packed the records, that record with some other records. These were used primarily for protection, but one of them I do like, Hallelujah by Happy Mondays, and this has the remix on it that I like. I actually used to have this on CD. As we moved into the 2000s and stuff, I think I did go through a period where I cleaned house, where I was buying a lot of CDs all the time, kind of keeping up with what was going on, and then getting tired of stuff, like it, kind of trendy. So it was fun to listen to yesterday. The other one he gave me is really, I think this is a terrible song, OMD's Brides of Frankenstein. I like some orchestral maneuvers in the dark, very small amounts, and I liked them when they first came out. Electricity really struck me. It was obviously a pop song, but it came out on a small label, then it came out through Factory Records, and that association, I think, allowed me to hear it really, really innocently, and it's really good. And they've made some good pop songs, but this one is just really loaded with dated remix stuff. 1988. It sounds like 1988. 1988 was a year that stands out to my memory because it was the year that I finally was able to afford a VCR. Isn't that funny? But it's the truth, okay? I had been wanting a VCR for a long time, but because of my job and the way that I live, it was either buy a record or save, and so I'd buy the record. And when I finally got a VCR, I just went nuts for the first few years, just recording music video and anything related to music, and also stuff that would be visually interesting that I could find on cable. And so I remember very well a lot of the music from the year 88, 89, 87, and there was some cool stuff going on, but there was also it was the 80s dying, and there was a lot of real crap shit going around. Watch some of this. This is a homemade cover for this. Ryuichi Sakamoto's Sweet Revenge, 94. It is an actual VHS that I ripped this from. Love his work. Used to be a member of Peter Gabriel's club when he first started a magazine and Real World and all that. And the magazines used to come with these CDRs that you could only get with the magazine. Technology has moved so far forward that these CDs are obsolete. They're CD extras, and none of the computers that I own will play the extra content anymore. I mean, you can go in and open up the folder, and see the little movies, but the format of how it was set up, you can't appreciate. These also have exclusive tracks to them, and a couple of them do still have exclusive Peter Gabriel tracks available nowhere else, only here. That's my story today, and I'm keeping to it, folks. I'll talk to you soon. Pardon my rough look.